What's going on, everybody? My name is Darian, and of course on YouTube here I go by the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. So I talk about fragrances and fashion. I think it's important to look good, but also to smell great as well. So if you think you'd enjoy hearing about that kind of content, then I invite you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and take a quick moment to hit the bell icon as well. That way you get notified every time I release a new video on the channel. So on today's video, guys, I'm going to be doing my top 5. You guys know that's a segment that I do here on my channel, where I take 5 of my favorite fragrances from a particular house and I rank them in order of 5 to 1. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about the house of Lacoste. Now, I know that Lacoste is a designer house. I love the Lacoste polo style shirts. I love to wear those. But they don't get as much attention for their fragrances. But they do have some very, very nice offerings from this house. And the great thing about it is these fragrances don't cost a lot, so they're not going to break the bank. So these are fragrances that you can get for a very, very reasonable price, but at the same token still get some very good quality for what you're going to pay. So again, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 fragrances, or my top 5 fragrances from the house of Lacoste. So if that sounds interesting to you, you know the routine. Let's keep it locked right here. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's go ahead and jump right into the list. So coming in at the 5th spot on today, this fragrance was released in the year of 2002. And this one is called Lacoste Pour Homme. Lacoste Pour Homme. This is my second bottle of this stuff. It was released, as I said, again in the year of 2002. And what I really like about this one, guys, is it gives you a nice, very nice fruity opening. They have a note of plum in this one, so it has some plum. I think grapefruit is a note as well. And usually for me, grapefruit doesn't really work in a lot of instances on my skin, but I think because they combine it with that nice plum, it kind of rounded out the grapefruit, so it doesn't come off pungent on my skin, but has a nice cinnamon note in this as well. And cinnamon is a note that I really, really love. And a nice dry down of sandalwood. Has a nice kind of musky sandalwood dry down. So it's a great scent, great scent that would be good for a signature scent, honestly. And again, just like most of the fragrances on this list, guys, you can get this fragrance for around $25 for, this is a 3.3 ounce 100 ml bottle. So again, very nice fragrance from the house of Lacoste. This one is Lacoste Pour Homme. All right, guys, and coming in at the 4th spot today, this fragrance is called L'Homme Lacoste Intense. L'Homme Lacoste Intense. This one was released in the year of 2018, and this is the intense version of the original Lacoste L'Homme. And guys, this one has a very, very unique rhubarb note. I heard a lot of talk about this one, so of course I wanted to get my nose on it, and I was not disappointed once I put my nose on this. Again, this one is really, really nice. It's a good follow-up to the original Lacoste L'Homme. You can pick up the original DNA, but of course there's some added depth to this one, some more woods. This was a lot more woodier than the original. And so I really, really like that. A nice, like I said, addition and twist to the original, which was already a great fragrance to me, Lacoste L'Homme. This one is called Lacoste L'Homme Intense. All right, guys, and coming in at the 3rd spot today, this fragrance was from the L1212 line. This fragrance was released in the year of 2019, and this one is Lacoste Le French Panache. I think I am pronouncing that correctly. This one came out in the year of 2019, and I really, really like this one. If you like the fragrances that kind of have that blue DNA, think kind of your Versace Dylan Blues of the world. Yeah, so think like Versace Dylan Blue. It kind of reminds me a little bit of those type blue type fragrances, but it has a nice, really fruity mid. I think there's apple in this one as well. I really like seeming to really take a liking to fragrances that have the note of apple. It's another note that I'm finding that I really enjoy in fragrances. But, you know, again, just like some of the other blue fragrances like Bleu de Chanel and fragrances like that, it has a nice patchouli, sandalwood, kind of musky dry down. So this one, guys, is very, very good. And again, just like the other fragrances I mentioned on this list, it's not going to break the bank to add this one to the collection. Most places that I've seen this, you can find it for under 35 bucks, man. So this is a really, really nice fragrance. Again, if you like fragrances that have that blue DNA, then this one is a nice one to add to the collection for the price. Again, this one is from the L1212 line. This one is called Lacoste L'Eau French Panache. Guys, and coming in at the number 2 spot, this is one of the most popular, probably the most popular Lacoste fragrance, and this one is called Lacoste L1212 Blanche or White. There's several names that this one goes by, but it's the one in the white bottle from the L1212 line. And this is just a nice, clean, kind of citrusy floral fragrance. So this one is going to be beautiful to wear in the springtime. Of course, I think you could get away with wearing this, or you can get away with wearing this one in the summer as well. But summer, spring, this should be a staple in everybody's collection, guys, because this one is really, really good. And again, just like the other fragrances I've talked about, and which is the theme with Lacoste fragrances, you can find this one for under the $40 price point. This is a 3.3 ounce bottle, EDT concentration, but man, this really, really is good. You put this on your skin when it's hot outside, and it's just going to make you feel great. You're going to smell great, and you're going to get some compliments. This is one of the best from the line, and that's why it comes in at the number 2 spot. This is Lacoste L1212 Blanche, White, whatever you want to call it, the one in the white bottle. All right, guys, and coming in at the number 1 spot, I absolutely love this fragrance. I love this fragrance. This is, hands down, is a fragrance that I think everybody should at least try. You know, I know everybody's taste in fragrance is different, but man, you got to give this one a try. My number 1 fragrance from the house of Lacoste is Lacoste L'Homme. And I think this was released in the year of 2017, and it has a nice rhubarb in the opening as well, just like the Intense. But I like I like this one much better than the Intense version. But it is just such a calming and relaxing scent. This is one that you smell it for some reason, you just I want to drink this one. That's how good this smells, man. It has, in addition to the rhubarb, what I really like about this one is the addition of a note of almond. So it has almond in this, and usually you don't find almond paired with more, I would say, more citrus type notes in fragrances. A lot of times you find almond with the, you know, some of the more gourmand notes like coffee, cacao, things of that nature. But this one has a nice almond note in the mid combined with ginger, and it's just something about the accord that's formed about with those notes in the mid of this fragrance that just makes this absolute must try, in my humble opinion. Again, I love this stuff. I will tell you now, my spring list, this is going to be somewhere on my spring list this year for designer fragrances, because this is a gem from the house of Lacoste. My favorite Lacoste fragrance by far is Lacoste L'Homme. All right, guys, that's it. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this video as I gave you my top 5 fragrances from the house of Lacoste. As always, I appreciate your time and attention to these videos, because of course I know you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take the time to like, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find me entertaining, because I'm your guy, Daring, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.